Hey everyone, Brian from Bear Bull Traders here. It is Sunday, February 10th. Take a look at the week that was and also look ahead. See if we can figure out what's going on this week. Still got the trade talks going on. That's probably one of the main things that's really market participants are just hanging on about. And of course, the next pending next government shutdown, I'm sure, is on a few people's minds. But I still think the trade talks are kind of dominating investors' thoughts. So let's take a look. Still a fair amount of stocks below their 200-day moving average. Good number above the 50, which isn't surprising given the comeback we had from December. So market internals they're not improving from last week, but don't seem to be getting too worse. And let's take a look at what's performing well, what isn't, what sectors. Utilities kind of popping back up here. Utilities on the 1 week performance, top of the pack. 1 month performance, they're up there too. So interesting. Utilities are typically a risk-off trade.
Looking for a pill that provides
so
effective pain and fever?
No, not really. So anyway, that's where we are with the sectors. And let's take a look at some of the indexes. You can see we'll start with the Dow Jones. As we talked about earlier in the week, I did a post on Wednesday. Dow Jones was the only index that really punched through the 200-day moving average with some conviction. And you can see here now we pulled back Friday. We actually dropped below it and then finished above it for the day. So that was a little bit constructive, I guess. But we'll have to see where it goes from here. Is this a bull flag and we go higher? Or are we going to consolidate or maybe even head back down? RSI rolling over here, not looking very good, and MACD looks like it's rolling over a little bit here too. So see where that goes. The IWM 2000 small caps, again, didn't even come close to their 200-day moving average. Bit of a flag here and a bounce on Friday. Again, we'll see where it goes. Yeah, MACD narrowing. It's sort of indecision and not a lot of volume on Friday either. So QQQs and the SPY, they went right to the 200, rejected from the 200 and bounced back Friday. So again, we'll see how things open up on Monday. Again, sort of the same looking types of charts on the MACD and the RSI. Volume kind of average. SPY, same thing, same comments. Yeah, pretty much same. Let's take a look at one trade we had on. Took this off on Thursday, the KOLD trade. This is a way to play the dropping price in natural gas. We had a great run. We caught it a little late, but got in there and then took the final bid off on, like I said, on Thursday, I believe it was, and got a bit of a pullback on Friday. So we'll see what it does. I'm going to keep an eye on it. This definitely was an area of resistance, prior resistance, and it also kind of stalled here again. But if we pull back to this line and then look like we're going to go higher, then we've got a gap to fill here, and then we've got a gap to fill here. So could have another leg in it. But I was a little bit concerned we might give back a lot of that now. So we'll we'll keep an eye on this one and maybe might take an entry, or if it's going to reverse, maybe we'll take an entry to the long side. Go on the betting on the price of natural gas is going to start to bounce back. Let's take a look at the dollar. I like to look at that to see how, because that can affect currency prices, or commodity prices, I should say. So U.S. dollar has been pretty strong. You can kind of see that here, and it has had some impact on commodities, but it's definitely been strong against the euro, against the yen as well. So this the index seems to be going higher, but it looks like it's going to maybe get into an area of prior resistance here. Let's take a look at the TIPS. TIP are the inflation-adjusted treasuries. they've been kind of creeping up here. Took a big pop, and yields are dropping a little bit. It's interesting price action there on the yields. Let's take a look here at EDC. This is an emerging market ETF, keeping an eye on, possibly for a bounce here. Just going to keep an eye on it. RSI is dropping. We're rolling over here on the MACD, so and we had a pretty significant volume day on Friday. So I'm going to keep an eye on that to see if it does a little bit of a reversal here, because we had some good volume on day, so it may start to snap back here. Dust was a trade, was inverse, it's an ETF inverse pricing of gold miners, and I took a small entry on this, sent out an email. Was looking at this double bottom, looked like it consolidating, looked like it was going to go higher. Unfortunately, we had a really not a great day on Friday for it, but I just, because I've got a small starter position, I'm just going to hang in on that one and see how it performs on Monday. And if it doesn't look like it's going to start to come back up, I'll just cut that position and keep an eye on it. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX again. This will move inversely to the market. We're back down here at some interesting level, I think, and we'll just see. We had a down day on Friday because the market was up, but we'll keep an eye on this in case the market does tend to want to turn around and go lower. This would be a good way to play that if the market does drop. Let's take a look at a few other stocks while I'm here. DRIP was something that one of our other swing traders brought to my attention. He got a great entry, and looks like it's this is the inverse of the oil and gas stock, so he's got a good entry here, and I think he took some profits already on that one. A nice play. So something to keep an eye on if oil continues to drop and the U.S. dollar strengthening. There's some resistance here, but if it can punch through 14, we might actually get to 15 and 16. So that's a nice looking play. The other stock that kind of caught my eye, has been catching my eye lately, is ROKU. It's been pretty strong, and you can see here 50 was prior support, and then we really lost it here, and you can kind of see we come back to present day, tried to get through 50, rejected, not surprising because of this prior level, and because it's obviously a whole number too. But we had, what looks like a bit of a consolidation bull flag here, so I'm going to keep an eye on this as well. If it punches through 50, we could be good for a run up to 55, and with your stop just below, back around the 49 level. So just going to keep an eye on that one as well. RSI looks pretty good. It's making a higher low here, and you can look at those, same kind of price action on RSI. So higher low from here, higher low from here. So if it continues to peel up, could be good. MACD looks fairly positive. 50 moving averaging, turning up. The only thing I don't like is not a lot of volume on this move higher. So unfortunately, I think a lot of traders are sitting on the sidelines. They're kind of waiting for news on the trade talks, and it's complicated. Where have you heard that expression before? So I don't think there's obviously going to be any resolution or any big grand agreement by March 1st, but very least I would think that if things are moving forward positively, the U.S. should hold off on raising further tariffs as a sign of good faith in negotiations. So that could be taken well by the market, but I don't know if that kind of news would stick. But probably would be good for a pop anyway. So that's it. That's the wrap. If you're interested in swing trading, check out my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade by Brian Pezim, and we'll look forward to seeing everyone in the Bear Bull trading room on Monday morning, tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, everyone. Ciao for now.